So the customer doesn't want to pay. The job's been done, but no, they're not happy to part with any cash. I don't think so. Hello YouTube, it's Rob from Maxwells Grass Cutting Services based in the Northeast. I hope everybody's well and having a really good day. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been here before, easy for you to say thank you. Today's video, I get asked lots of questions on this channel, as you know, and I'm very grateful and I enjoy all the interaction. But one of the most frequent questions I get is money. But the second one has got to be, Rob, do you worry about not getting paid, getting bumped? And the answer is yes, I do. And it's only ever happened to me once, and it didn't go well. It was when I first started, and I'm going to tell you about that. Then I'm going to tell you what systems and processes I put in place to make sure it doesn't happen. I don't think we can ever make sure it doesn't happen, but we can certainly try our best, can't we? But this job, I just started, right? And the stress levels are up there. I'm 10 grand light. What do I mean? Well, I spent 7 grand on my van. Still got it. Touch wood, still going well. My mowers, my kit, everything. And I'm not making the money that I thought I would be making. And looking back, I was daft. I was, the average day I'd gone to bloody Sunderland, then I got to Wallsend, then I was Jesmond, then I got to Throckley, and it just wasn't working for me, and I didn't understand how to make money properly and how to you run a business properly. But I've learnt and we've improved. But on this day, I was doing a job, and it was over by the coast in Sunderland, right? And it's a lovely little village called Cleedon Village. And that customer was very nice, but I was recognised. I was going there, then I was going up to Wallsend and through the tunnel, going to Wallsend. And I thought if I can squeeze a job in between. So I put an advert on Facebook business page for South Shields. Nothing wrong with South Shields. It's a beautiful place. If you're from South Shields, I'm not criticising you in any way, shape or form. However, gets this job in South Shields. It's quite a new estate, but this house, you could see it been rented out because the people hadn't taken care of it. It had no front garden, just a block paving drive, but the back garden was one of them where it was fenced, lawn, path up the middle. You couldn't see it all that high. I give them a price to mow it, strim it, blow it, clear it, take it all away, 50 quid. Unbelievable. It would be double now, but you live and learn. So I does the job, and the lady said, my husband will transfer the money later. No problem. So I sends her the text message. Thanks very much for the work today. This is what I've done, blah, blah, blah. This is how much you owe me. These are my bank details. Thank you very much. Da, da, da. Nothing. A couple of days later, sends her just a gentle reminder. Nothing. A couple of days later, nothing. Rings them. Nothing. I thought, right, well, I can't get to Shields from Low Fell just for 50 quid. So I waited until the next fortnight when I was at Cleedon Village, because that was a regular fortnightly sort of contract. I did the gardens and everything like that. And it was quite a big job. But I reckon I was too far to travel. So, finishes at Cleedon Village, puts 3 dumpy bags on the back of the van, and I'm off to Shields. Knocks on the door. Bum, bum, bum. She comes to the door. And it's about lunchtime, and she's still got her jammies on. And then this big waste of space behind her. What's your problem? I said, the problem is you owe me £50. And I said, you haven't been responding to me messages. I said, I'd like paid. Well, you're not going to get paid. You'll have to wait. He said, I told her it didn't need doing. And she said something like, well, the landlord said it did, and we're going to get... And they're having a bit of a domestic, and, giving it that. And I said, look, I'm not here to be a referee. I said, I just want my money. It was clear I weren't getting it. I said, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I said, it cost me £20 to unload a full van of waste down at Chester Street. It did back then. I said, now I get 15 dumpy bags on the back. I said, so that's about 50 dumpy bags you owe me. I said, every fortnight I'll be here. I'm going to put them on your drive. And then I said, I'll drive off. I said, until the debt's paid. So I went in the back of the van, got 1 dumpy bag, boom, on the drive. I appreciate I'm wrong, right? But I'm up to there. The red mist has come down. I just thought, I don't know what I thought. What you doing? I said, I'll tell you what I'm doing. Long story short, we had a bit of a verbal altercation. It didn't end in them, but it could have done, which is stupid. and I got paid. And I left. And as I left, she went, "What are you going to do with this waste?" I says, "You're lucky it's not in your living room." I got in, my adrenaline was pumping, and I went and I parked up somewhere and I come down and I thought, "Oh God, what have you done? You stupid idiot." And then I thought, what have I done starting this business? I'm not making the money. The work was a pain in the arse. I just didn't understand what a good customer was, what a bad customer. I was charging too little. I was driving all over the knot end. And then I was, I thought, if this is how it's going to be, I thought, oh, I'm not sure I can cope with this. But I learned and I got through it. And so what do I do now to make sure it doesn't happen again? Well, there's certain people I don't work for. And I don't just mean like people that, on the bottom run of the ladder, as in financially, because I grew up in a pit village and I grew up hungry. You can tell I'm not hungry now, but back in the day, we had a note. And some of my kindest people have got less than the people who have got it, and they're miserable. I hope that makes sense. But I go to a job, and if my spider senses say this is going to be a problem, I walk away. And I read a book, I bought it off Amazon, How to Take Somebody to the Small Claims Court. And I was on holiday reading that. Well, I says, "You're a happy soul, aren't you?" And I just remember thinking, what did I learn from that book? That the threat of taking somebody to a small claims court is probably enough to get your monies back. But what I do, spider there, I send a detailed quote. And it's, if you're working for somebody every other week, the chance of them getting bumped is very little. And I can only bump you once. Because if you don't pay me for this cut, I ain't coming back for the next one. Unless you say, so I'm on holiday or whatever. But 99.9% of your customers you're doing regular maintenance, they're not going to bump you. It's the one-off ones. And I'm a bit picky on who I choose. And if my spider senses say this could be a problem, I walk away from it. And touch wood, I've had no issues since. And I've been sort of a bit savvy. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of business videos, and I only advertise in the area I live. I only take work on within 5 minutes of my home address. I keep my round tight. I put my prices up to a level where, from 25 quid when I first started, they're now 35 quid for the same job because I was ridiculously cheap. And I was a busy fool. And there's a saying, don't be a busy fool. I was spending more time traveling than when I was working. Then that means just putting more money in the diesel and the van. And it snowballs out of control where you think you're not making. But I've tightened things up and I've got a little bit more switched on. And I've started to make a living from it. But in the beginning, it was tough. And that's my only experience of a bad customer. And sometimes if I'm ever in that area, I'm not going that way, I'll go the other way because it was awful. It was awful. But so my message is, make sure you always visit the customer. Don't take jobs from photographs. You can get photographs and you can have a look and say, "Oh, I didn't fancy that," or "I do fancy that." And then you go and speak to the customer. And what you're doing, you're not looking at the garden. You're just looking at the customer saying, yeah, they look like nice people. And the chance of them bumping me is sort of slim. You can never be 100% sure. But you can you can get rid of the bad apples, can't you, by saying, "Oh, not sure about that," and walking away. And that's what I do. And like I said, fingers crossed I've been okay. But long and short is, there's no 100% guarantee in this game. Nothing. I'd like to know what your systems are. What do you do to make sure you don't get bumped? Is there a magic touch? I don't know. But if there is, I'd like to read about it in the comments, all right? So that's me today. It's Friday. I'm now finished. I was going to finish last Friday, but we had horrendous weather, and it's been canny in the northeast. We've had a few winds, but I think we've had it good. I've been able to get a few little jobs done this week, but now I've had enough, and I'm finished until after New Year. I will be releasing another video between now and then, but work-wise, I'm done till the new year, then start again. What I want to say is Merry Christmas to everybody who supports the channel, who watches and leaves comments. Thank you very much. I'm humbled, I really am. And I wish you and all your family all the best. Have a nice time over Christmas. Try not to get too stressed. We all like to overeat, overindulge, because it's a time that we can. Enjoy your family. That's the most important thing, isn't it? See you soon. Remember, when the green gold's growing, keep mowing. All the best now.